Netflix has never been one to slump during summer movie season, but it would be fair to say that the streaming studio's been gearing up to make sure that you won't be able to turn around without seeing one of its new feature-length projects this year. The good news is more than a few of the new movies Netflix announced today sound like they might be worth tuning into. The Adam Project. Director Sean Levy's Free Guy. The Adam Project bucks conventional time-traveling wisdom with the story of Adam Ryan Reynolds, a pilot who journeys into the past in order to save the future with the help of a younger version of himself and their father, who's already died in the older Adam's time. The Adam Project also stars Zoe Saldana, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Walker Scobell, and Catherine Keener, and is slated to premiere on March 11th. Day Shift from director J.J. Perry, F9, The Fast Saga, Bloodshot, and writers Tyler Tyson Shahatton. Army of the Dead stars Jamie Foxx as an unassuming single father who spends his days looking after her daughter and traveling around the San Fernando Valley where he works as a pool cleaner. The man's nights, however, are consumed by his actual job, slaying ghouls as a member of the world's International Union of Vampire Hunters. Day Shift also stars Dave Franco, Carla Souza, Megan Good, Natasha Lou Bordizzo, Oliver Masucci, Snoop Dogg, Steve Howie, Scott Adkins, and Zion Broadnax. Spiderhead. Based on George Saunders' short story, Escape from Spiderhead. Spiderhead from director Joseph Kosinski imagines a near future where convicted criminals like Rachel, Journey Smollett, and Jeb Miles Teller are offered the chance for shorter prison stays in exchange for participating in experimental drug trials overseen by Warden Amnesty Chris Hemsworth. Slumberland. When a young girl happens upon a map of Slumberland, a world made up of everyone's dreams, she embarks on a journey, presumably along with a faun played by Jason Momoa, in search of her late father, who she believes is still somewhere out there. Slumberland is directed by Francis Lawrence, and also stars Marlo Barkley, Chris O'Dowd, Kyle Chandler, Warushopia, India de Beaufort, and Humberly Gonzalez. Pinocchio. Of the many Pinocchio adaptations debuting this year, Guillermo del Toro's is almost guaranteed to be the darkest, with its slightly different take on the little living puppet who dreams of becoming a real boy. Whether or not this Pinocchio dreams of becoming a flesh-and-blood human child almost seems to be beside the point here, as his main focus is getting into the source of mischief his father Geppetto desperately wants to keep him out of. Pinocchio stars Gregory Mann, Ewan McGregor, David Bradley, Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, Ben Wolfhard, Kate Blanchett, John Turturro, Ron Perlman, Tim Blake Nelson, and Vern Gorman. They clone Tyrone. After Fontaine, John Boyega, Yo-Yo Tiona Paris, and Slick Charles happen upon an unbelievable discovery exposing a vast nefarious secret the government is hiding, they soon realize that they can't trust anyone but each other to keep themselves alive. They Clone Tyrone is directed by Jewel Taylor and co-written in by Taylor and Tony Rettenmeyer. The School for Good and Evil. As in Soman Chainani's best-selling book series, The School for Good and Evil from director Paul Feig Bridesmaids revolves around Agatha, Sophia Wiley, and Sophia Ann Caruso, two best friends whose relationship is put to the ultimate test after they begin matriculating at a magic school for fairy tale heroes and villains. The School for Good and Evil also stars Charlize Theron, Kerry Washington, Lawrence Fishburne, Michelle Yeoh, Ben Kingsley, Patty LuPone, Rachel Bloom, Peter Serafinowicz, and Rob Delaney. Enola Holmes 2. Millie Bobby Brown returns as Sherlock Holmes' plucky younger sister in a new story about her very first official case, a mystery about what happened to Missing Girl. Enola Holmes 2 is directed by Harry Bradbeer, and also stars Henry Cavill, Louise Partridge, Helena Bonham Carter, David Thewlis, Susan Wokoma, Adele Actor, Sharon Duncan Brewster, Hannah Dodd, Abby Hearn, Gabriel Tierney, and Sarana Suling Bliss. We Have a Ghost. When a family discovers that their new home is being actively haunted by a ghost named Ernest, they do the smart thing and tell the world about it, and before long their spectral boarder turns them all into social media celebrities and targets of the CIA. We Have a Ghost is directed by Christopher Landon, and stars Anthony Mackie, David Harbour, Diallo Winston, Tig Notaro, Jennifer Coolidge, Eric Nash, Isabella Russo, Niles Fitch, Faith Ford, and Steve Wendell. As to demons, Wendell Keegan-Michael Key and his brother Wild Jordan Peele can't cross over into the land of the living without being summoned by someone already there, which is precisely why they set their sights on a guilt-ridden 13-year-old who just might be their key to getting out of their native hell dimension. Wendell. The Mothership. Director Matt Sharman's The Mothership finds Sarah Morse, Halle Berry, still reeling a year after the sudden and inexplicable disappearance of her husband, Omari Hardwick, somewhere out on their remote rural farm. Though Sarah knows that moving on might be what her kids Jaden J. Smith, Quinn McPherson need. When she comes across what appears to be an alien object on their property, she realizes that there may be more to their family's story than any of them know. Knives Out 2. No matter where Detective Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig, goes, he always ends up smack dab in the middle of another ridiculous mystery, and Rian Johnson's Knives Out 2 will see the gumshoe investigating yet another group of suspicious characters who might not be as innocent as they make themselves out to be. Knives Out 2 also stars Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, Dave Bautista, Catherine Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., Kate Hudson, Jessica Henwick, Madeline Klein.